Hitting the mine, no vaping, no smoking, no chewing, no open flame of any kind. Keep your arms inside at all times. Do not stand up. These timbers have been here a long time. You're not going to hurt them, but they will hurt you. All right, let's get underway.
So we're doing the Pioneer Tunnel tour, and there's your operator. And away we go. They're very old. There's orchard. We just passed the orchard entryway. There's the Primrose vein. So if you've already seen my other two videos, one at Lansford number 9 mine and at the Lackawanna mine, this vein, massive, that's why they call it the Mammoth vein that we're going to be going down. Primrose also goes down to the Lackawanna as well as Lansford. Vein right there. I know it's hard to see. This is the Hero 8, so the low light is not as good as they are on the newer ones. There's Mammoth. We're going right onto the Mammoth vein right now.
Forgot to charge the batteries, it wasn't me. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. We can make the kids get off and push. All the adults stay on. The reason I stopped, first of all, welcome you all coming to Ashland to the Pioneer Tunnel. The reason I stopped, you'll be able to see this as we go by. This is what we call the Mammoth vein. It's the largest vein of anthracite in the world. This is the bottom rock here. The top rock is right beyond those timbers, 50 feet that way. This particular vein is 50 foot thick. It runs on a 60-degree angle, 400 feet to the top of the mountain. Also runs down 2,000 feet where the bottom is in Ashland. Then it north on the other mountain, it peaks again and goes up the other mountain. This coal mine was originally owned by Philadelphia Reading Iron and Coal Company. And at the time, it was in, yeah, you gotta excuse me, I'm a little foggy, I haven't done this in a while. It was in operation from 1911 to 1933. At that time, it closed for the Great Depression, and then it reopened in 1962 as a tourist attraction. But this is the largest vein of anthracite coal in the world. I'll go slow so you can get it on camera.
Thank you.
Taking a video for like a YouTube channel? Sweet.
You can think of it as like
It's gonna be that cold one in there.
Yeah, it is. What, 50 degrees? 50 degrees on average, right?
What's that?
The temperature.
In here,
Yeah.
49 degrees all year round.
Now we're going slowly by the vein itself. There we go. So we heard the gentleman say it. And they had a drill in there, stuck in there still. Hand crank drill. The last 7-foot gangway over there, and there's the big buck leader vein. We're gonna stop here and get into some bark.
All right, if you want to follow me, we're going to go to the right down here.
Think I got cell service?
If you want to move down this way and face me. What's that?
Flashlights or glow sticks?
What about?
Can we like iPhones?
Sure. All right, we'll call this guy Larry here. Anybody know what Larry's doing?
Drilling.
Cool. What's he drilling for?
Cool.
Oh, you're kind of on the right track saying coal. Larry's using a hand crank. This is what they used in the old days. They didn't have no power equipment, so it's stand there and crank holes. What he's doing here is drilling a shot pattern. After he drills the shot pattern, he's gonna load it with dynamite. He's gonna light the fuse, and he has 2 minutes to get in the clear. Now, he wouldn't have to leave the mine. He'd just have to go somewhere where he was safe. Although Larry's down here in the gangway drilling, this is not where he'd be. Say in the morning, he'd say, Jack, you and Larry go to chute 7, chute 6, or whatever chute it'd be. You would go to your position. And if you you look up in there, as you pass by, this is where you would work for the day. This particular vein only went 600 feet, and then they hit rocks, so, I mean 60 feet, and then they hit rocks, so it was a mine opener. But in the morning, you take your pick, your shovel, your dynamite, your lunch, you would crawl up there, and you would be up there anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day before you came back down out of the coal chute. Now this particular mine here had 10 mules, 35 men, and a handful of small boys that worked this mine, and they were expected to produce 600 ton of coal a day. So that would be your job. You'd be up there all day long, and you'd be sending the coal downward. Anybody know what coal is? Coal's 90%
Carbon?
Exactly. How many percent? I already gave the answer away.
I don't remember, so.
90% carbon coal is. 100% is a diamond. So just think if we could take the coal and pressurize it and make diamonds out of it, we'd be in pretty good shape. And then, coarse coal forms from all the vegetation dying and animals, whatever, getting there, and it forms a big tar pit. Eventually it sinks down, overburn comes, buries it, it crushes it and squeezes it, and that's how it turns it into coal. Now if you look up here, I don't have my flashlight, I lost it somewhere.
Let him explain.
Everybody know what kind of animal this is here?
Horse.
You're close.
Donkey. Mule.
You're close.
Mule.
Very good. You got the answer. It's a mule. Interesting fact about these mules is they lived down here in the mine. There was two reasons. One, they found out when they took the mules outside, they become blind. Number two was, mules are stubborn. If the mules went out, a lot of times the mules didn't want to come back in. So they would actually, right to that hill that we came up, that incline, that's where they would stop and drift the cars and turn the mules to come back into the mine. But they were very well taking care of these mules. They'd often have a boy anywhere from 10 to 15 years old.
Yeah, that was about
His
that.
job, yep, that's him. His job would be to take care of this mule. He would feed it, he would wash it, he would clean it. He would do anything that mule needed. Now, if anybody got caught abusing a mule in the mines, you were fired immediately. No questions asked, because let's face it, these were the heartbeat of the mines. You were also put on a thing they called a blacklist at the time. So you couldn't go from this mine, jump over there and work at that mine, because they had your name already for abusing a mule. They want nothing to do with you, because they were the heartbeat of the operation. If it wasn't for the mules, the coal would have never got out of these mines. Any question on Mr. Mule? Also, this, where we came in, is called a rock tunnel or a drift. These are called gangways. These are where they brought all the coal from.
Excuse me. I have a question about Mr. Mule.
What, buddy?
I have a question about Mr. Mule. What are they for?
How did he what?
What are they for? Mules.
What are they for?
Yeah.
They pull a coal cart. I'm gonna show you down here.
They pull the coal cart?
Yep. All right, if you look up here, that last light you see up there is a third of the way up. Okay, this particular vein of coal, they followed 400 feet right to the top of the mountain, then punched it out for an air shaft. Interesting thing about it, anything happened to the mine, to us down here right now, if that would collapse or anything, guess what? This is the only way out.
Escape way.
So you're climbing 400 feet. Not an easy climb. They say it take 10 minutes, probably me it'd take an hour. I'm not as young as I used to be. But pretty interesting. That goes all the way to the surface. All right, if you move down this way, take a look up there as you're going by. Anybody want to climb up and we'll time them? Nah, nobody's in there.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what were you asking? What were you asking?
You wish him well.
What were you asking?
If anyone wants, it was a joke, if anyone wants to climb up, we're not gonna climb.
You want to climb up there?
I do.
400 feet. Okay, remember when I said they mined up while the coal went down? Well, this particular coal vein ended here. There's two other levels to this coal vein. One's at 300 feet, one's at 600 feet. There's actually gangways down there at both those spots and drift tunnels. Unfortunately, we can't get there because the water table's at 100 feet. So it's all underwater. But this is what they do. They mine this up, all the coal down. So this is where the vein ended, this is where they stopped. Because there's no more coal. And there's a lot of money down there too. Nobody ever cleaned it up, so there's probably silver and everything else down there. Who knows?
Thank you, that's a lot.
This, full of questions. I love it.
Honey, wait.
This here's actually a coal car that was left here, abandoned just the way it was when they closed the mine in 1933. So they left it here for a tourist attraction. We got two guys here, we'll call him Mo, and we'll call him Curly. Okay, Curly's job, if you could see that stick there, that would be his job, to work that chute, up and down till the coal car was full. Now, this guy here looks like he's taking a break, just sitting around doing nothing. Notice his feet. One foot's on the coal car, and one foot's in the coal car. There's one simple reason for that.
So it doesn't roll away?
That's how much light they had to work with down there. So imagine being in the dark, working in this all day. No matter what you did, it was a pretty tough job. So what he's actually doing is finding out how full the coal car is. So we could yell back to Larry and say, Larry, close the chute, the car's full. And there'd be other cars there with mules hooked to them that they just pull ahead to the next car and they'd fill it. Now, you a fast runner?
Yeah.
You run really fast? What'd you get for your last birthday?
I can't remember. I got a weapon.
All right. Here. This is your next birthday present. Want to hold that up in the air? You know what your job is now? You're going to run alongside this coal car. When it starts going up the other hill to get out of the mines, and you're going to jam that stick right in that spoked wheel where that stick is to slow down the car to make it stop. Now, unfortunately, a lot of kids got hurt, injured, but there's actually no fatalities in this mine on all the years of operation. The worst thing was black lung. And kids weren't forced to work in the mines, but they kind of were for the simple reason, if your father worked in a mine and he got hurt, you were next in line. And if you didn't replace somebody, I think it was a week, maybe less time to work in the mines, you lived in their houses, so you had to get out. Because you got to remember, it was like a monopoly. Everything you bought came from their general store. You lived in their houses, so everything was theirs. So that's how they did the operation. You know how much you'd make a day doing this? 90 cents a day. Regular coal miner made $1.75 a day. If they did not get their production, their pays were cut. So there was weeks when their kids were out there actually made more money than the parents did. And that's about it. If there's anything I can answer, any questions, I know you got a question.
Was the water red?
That's from the sulfur.
What?
Sulfur. It's called sulfur water, yeah. You don't want to drink it. You don't even want to step in it because it kind of stinks. So that's about it for coal mining, all I know. Any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
What's the difference between like normal coal, like anthracite coal and normal coal?
And you're talking about
Bituminous.
bituminous. Bituminous is a soft coal. Now, if you notice our steam engine out there, you see any black smoke coming out of it? You'll see steam. Anthracite coal burns clean. Don't leave anybody bullshit you on that. If that was full of bituminous coal, there'd be black smoke coming out of it. So it's a hard coal, bituminous is soft coal.
Yeah, I know the Centralia mine caught on fire. Was there any concerns with this mine?
Well, I forgot to tell you, I'm glad you're interested. You told me that. Back there where we seen the mule, actually Centralia's right there.
Really?
The same vein that's on fire.
That's a little concerning.
But it'll never get to here for the simple reason of the strip mining up top. Remember we talked about they go up, peak, and then come back down? Well, that's been strip mined. So that can never burn up and come over this side and down in there. So we're about 99% safe, I hope. That's what they tell me anyway. All right, that's about it. Anything else? Any other questions?
I have a question, one more. It's like, so you said they don't see a whole lot of light, but you said they felt things. So they mostly just use smelling, feeling, hearing as their senses and sort of just forget about the seeing. It only use as body. Why do they keep saying what?
So if you haven't done so, check out my other video from Lansford number 9 mine where I got to operate one of these electric mine cars over there the first time I visited. As part of a special tour, we got to operate mine cars similar to this. Sorry, it's probably a little shaky now because of the tracks. So we're on our way back up to the station. Over the bump. Big accident there. are back. So I hope you enjoyed the ride in and back and all the information the gentleman provided for us on the tour here.
Literally, I mean, it's called bee. Like a bee. Confreddo, babe. Oh wow. Oh wow. So, confreddo barbino. Barbino. Barba means a beard. Barbino is like a tiny beard. Tiny beard. So it's like it's called a tiny beard. Or it's called beak. So it means nothing, but it means that it's very cold, and a grandma would say that. So it's like a. Are you okay, guys? Wait, that it's cold. Confreddo barbino.
That's the buggy you're going to go in.
Oh, wait, was he there?
Yeah!
Was he there?
Yeah, we could go over there and sit down if there's one.
That one. Oh, that sounds so nice.
Jamie coming back. Oh no, they just leave. They just left.
See what else they got going on here, I guess. We'll explore more.
Where are you going? Oh, is it coming back?
I didn't love it because why did they get to climb up the sheet?
Oh, honey, they won't let anybody do that anymore. This is really dangerous. Oh, yeah, definitely.
What if you wear gecko?
Gecko fingers? I don't know.